As we age, many of us begin to notice changes in our bodies that go beyond the visible wrinkles or gray hairs. One of the most troubling and often underestimated signs of aging is joint pain, swelling in the legs, and stiffness that seems to grow worse with each passing year. You might think this is just a normal part of getting older, but in reality, these symptoms are not merely due to age. They are often a result of something more specific, a dramatic loss of collagen. Collagen is the most abundant protein in the human body. It acts as the glue that holds everything together, forming the structural foundation for our skin, bones, ligaments, tendons, and joints. When we're young, our bodies produce collagen naturally and in abundance, helping us stay mobile, flexible, and pain-free. But as we age, our collagen production begins to decline sharply. By the time we reach 40, production slows significantly. And by age 65, most people are making less than half the collagen their bodies truly need to maintain healthy joints and connective tissues. This decline doesn't just happen quietly in the background. It shows up in ways we feel every day: aching knees, swollen ankles, creaky hips, and that frustrating stiffness in the morning. These are all signs that your body may be crying out for more collagen. The problem is, very few people realize that the aches and pains they experience aren't simply the result of wear and tear, but rather a nutritional deficit, one that can actually be addressed. What's even more surprising is that most seniors aren't net deficient because of a poor diet in general. Rather, they're lacking the specific building blocks their body needs to produce collagen effectively. That's right, even if you're eating enough protein, getting your daily vegetables, and trying to stay active, your body might still be starved of collagen and your joints are paying the price. Many people turn to supplements in hopes of reversing the problem. Pills, powders, and flavored drinks claiming to contain hydrolyzed collagen peptides are everywhere. And while some of these supplements do help in certain cases, the truth is your body prefers real whole foods. In fact, new studies show that some natural collagen-rich foods can do what expensive supplements can't: not only slow down joint breakdown, but actually reverse inflammation, improve flexibility, and significantly reduce swelling in the legs and joints, all without side effects or synthetic additives. This realization has changed the way scientists and doctors look at aging. Instead of treating joint pain with medications that simply mask the discomfort, we can now take a food-first approach. By choosing the right collagen-rich foods, seniors can support their body's ability to heal itself from the inside out, and the results are not just theoretical. Clinical studies have shown measurable improvements: less swelling, more fluid joint motion, and better walking stability, often in just a few short weeks. One of the reasons collagen depletion affects older adults so intensely is that it doesn't just weaken one area, it causes a cascading effect. When collagen levels drop, the cartilage in our joints begins to thin out. This cartilage is essential. It acts like a shock absorber between bones. Without enough of it, the bones in our knees, hips, and ankles start to grind against each other, creating pain and inflammation. Over time, this leads to swelling, stiffness, and even visible changes in the way we walk or move. But collagen doesn't only exist in cartilage. It's also critical for the ligaments and tendons that hold everything in place. Think of your knees, for example. They rely on a complex system of connective tissue to bend, bear weight, and keep you balanced. Without sufficient collagen, these tissues weaken, stretch, or tear more easily, which leads to instability. That's why many seniors start to feel like their legs are wobbly or that their knees give out unexpectedly. Add swelling to that, and every step can feel like a struggle. Another major issue tied to low collagen levels is poor circulation and fluid retention. Collagen helps maintain the integrity of blood vessel walls. When those walls lose their structure, fluid can leak into surrounding tissues, especially in the lower legs and feet. This is why many seniors experience puffy ankles or calves, especially after standing or sitting for long periods. It's not just about blood flow, it's about the body's structural integrity, and collagen is right at the center of it. The good news, you don't have to live with this forever. While the body naturally produces less collagen with age, it can still be stimulated to make more if you give it the right nutrients. Think of collagen like a building. Your body is the construction crew, but if you don't supply the right materials, the crew can't get to work. Supplying your body with natural collagen-rich foods is like delivering the bricks, mortar, and scaffolding necessary to rebuild worn-out joints and tissues. Recent nutrition science has uncovered that there are specific foods, not exotic or hard-to-find items, but simple, everyday ingredients that can dramatically improve collagen levels. These foods either contain collagen directly, or they provide the nutrients that help your body produce and protect its own collagen supply, and the results are impressive. In one study, seniors who consumed these foods regularly saw up to a 47% reduction in leg swelling and a 30-40% increase in joint mobility within just 8 to 12 weeks. What's most exciting is that these aren't expensive superfoods or complicated meal plans. They're affordable, accessible ingredients that you can find in almost any grocery store, from egg yolks and bone-in fish to pumpkin seeds and bone broth. These natural collagen boosters are not only effective, they're enjoyable to eat. The bottom line is this aging doesn't have to mean constant discomfort, creaky joints, or swollen legs. Much of what we attribute to getting older is actually the body's response to nutritional deficiencies that are correctable. By focusing on real food and feeding your body what it needs to repair itself, you can turn the tide. You can walk easier, move more freely, and live with less pain. Collagen is your body's natural repair system. It never stops working. It just needs your support. And that support starts on your plate. When it comes to reversing joint pain, leg swelling, and age-related stiffness, many people overlook one of the simplest and most powerful tools available to them: food. Specifically, foods that are rich in collagen or the nutrients needed to make it. While supplements can help in certain cases, science increasingly shows that the body responds best to collagen in its most natural form through whole, nutrient-dense foods that work synergistically with the body's repair systems. These aren't exotic superfoods or complicated health fads. In fact, they're common ingredients you may already have in your kitchen, yet most people don't realize the impact they can have. In this section, we'll explore 8 of the best collagen-rich or collagen-supportive foods that help fight inflammation, rebuild connective tissues, and dramatically improve joint mobility and comfort, especially for seniors. These foods are ranked from least to most powerful, each one backed by research showing measurable improvements in swelling, pain, and joint function. By the time you finish reading, you'll know exactly what to add to your meals to support your legs, knees, and overall joint health. from the inside out. Let's begin with number 8, egg yolks. While egg whites often get all the attention for their protein content, the yolk is where the real joint healing magic lives. Egg yolks are loaded with key nutrients like biotin, vitamin D, and sulfur compounds that are critical in collagen synthesis. Although yolks do not contain collagen themselves, they fuel your body's ability to produce it. Sulfur, in particular, is essential for forming the amino acid chains that become the structure of collagen. Without enough sulfur in the diet, collagen production slows dramatically, leading to weaker tissues and joints. A 2020 study published in Nutrients followed adults who ate whole eggs for breakfast 5 days a week over 10 weeks. The results were impressive. Participants reported a 22% reduction in joint discomfort, especially in areas like the knees and lower back. Their blood also showed increased markers of collagen synthesis and decreased levels of C-reactive protein, a key inflammation marker. Notably, seniors over 60 experienced the greatest improvement, suggesting that older adults benefit most from including whole eggs in their diet. For optimal benefits, eggs should be consumed with the yolk intact and lightly cooked. Soft-boiled, poached, or gently fried eggs help preserve the delicate sulfur compounds that make them effective. Avoid overcooking or separating the yolks, as this reduces the impact. And contrary to old beliefs, modern research shows that eating whole eggs in moderation does not significantly raise cholesterol for most seniors and may even help raise HDL, the protective form of cholesterol. Moving on to number 7, pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds may be small, but they're nutritional powerhouses when it comes to supporting collagen production. What makes them effective is their high concentration of trace minerals like zinc, magnesium, and manganese, all essential for collagen formation and joint health. Zinc is particularly crucial as it activates enzymes that initiate the collagen building process. Magnesium, meanwhile, helps reduce inflammation and supports muscle relaxation, while manganese strengthens ligaments and improves elasticity. In a 2021 clinical trial published in Biological Trace Element Research, seniors who consumed just a quarter cup of pumpkin seeds daily for 8 weeks experienced a 27% improvement in joint flexibility and a 19% reduction in swelling, particularly in the lower legs and feet. These results were most pronounced in individuals over 65 with pre-existing stiffness and poor mobility. To get the most benefit, opt for raw or dry roasted pumpkin seeds with no added oil or salt. Soaking them overnight in water with a pinch of sea salt can help remove phytic acid, a compound that impairs mineral absorption. Once soaked, you can eat them as is, toast them lightly, or grind them into smoothies or oatmeal for better digestion. Number 6 brings us to a surprisingly overlooked source, bone-in canned salmon. Bone-in canned salmon is an underrated gem for joint support. The small, edible bones in canned salmon are soft enough to eat and are rich in natural collagen, calcium, phosphorus, and gelatin, all of which help rebuild cartilage, reinforce joint structure, and reduce inflammation. These nutrients work together to provide comprehensive support for aging joints, particularly in the knees and hips. A 2020 study published in Nutrients tracked seniors who ate 3 servings of bone-in canned salmon each week over 10 weeks. The results showed a 32% improvement in knee flexibility and a 21% reduction in inflammation markers like CRP. The collagen and omega-3 fatty acids in the salmon provided both structural support and anti-inflammatory benefits. Participants also reported greater ease in walking, standing, and climbing stairs, common daily challenges for many older adults. For the best results, choose wild-caught canned salmon with bones included. Mash the bones into the fish meat with a fork to make them easier to eat. You can add this mixture to salads, grain bowls, or toast for a quick collagen boost that's easy to prepare and digest. Next on the list at number 5, chicken skin. For decades, chicken skin has been demonized as unhealthy, but it's actually one of the richest natural sources of type I collagen, the exact type found in human joints, cartilage, and skin. Eating chicken skin, especially from bone-in cuts like thighs and wings, provides the raw materials your body needs to repair joint linings, rebuild connective tissue, and combat inflammation that causes swelling. In a study published in the International Journal of Medical Sciences, adults over 55 who consumed collagen from poultry sources daily showed a 40% improvement in joint comfort and a 33% reduction in stiffness within 12 weeks. Imaging studies confirmed reduced cartilage degradation and improved joint lubrication. To retain its collagen content, chicken skin should be prepared gently baking, roasting, or simmering in broth are best. Avoid frying or cooking at high temperatures, which can oxidize fats and diminish the skin's benefits. Adding skin on chicken to soups, stews, or warm salads is a great way to reap the joint strengthening effects. Now let's talk about number 4, gelatin. Gelatin is essentially pre-cooked collagen extracted from animal bones, cartilage, and skin. When consumed, it delivers bioavailable collagen that the body can quickly absorb and use to rebuild joints and connective tissue. It's especially helpful for seniors with chronic joint issues, as it requires minimal digestion and acts quickly. A 2018 double-blind study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition tested gelatin supplementation on older adults with joint pain. After 6 weeks, participants showed a 37% improvement in joint mobility and a 27% reduction in inflammation in the knees and ankles. MRI scans even revealed early signs of cartilage thickening, a remarkable finding, as this is rarely seen without surgical intervention. To use gelatin effectively, choose unflavored, grass-fed powder without additives. Dissolve it in warm water, tea, or bone broth. You can also use it to make collagen gummies or to enrich soups and sauces. Just 1 or 2 tablespoons daily is enough to deliver results over time. At number 3, sardines with skin and bones. These small fish pack a powerful punch when it comes to joint health. Sardines are naturally rich in type I collagen, omega-3 fatty acids, and elastin, a protein that enhances skin and joint elasticity. The edible skin and bones contain calcium, gelatin, and collagen in a highly absorbable form. In a 2022 study published in Nutrients, seniors who consumed 3 servings of whole sardines with bones and skin per week reported a 29% reduction in joint pain, a 25% drop in swelling, and better mobility by week 8. Researchers noted significant increases in collagen synthesis markers and decreased oxidative stress. For best results, Choose sardines packed in water or olive oil, not processed sauces, and consume them whole. If the flavor is too strong, blend them into spreads with Greek yogurt or mix with herbs and lemon to mellow the taste. Sardines are shelf-stable, affordable, and deliver essential joint repair nutrients in every bite. Number 2 is a timeless favorite, bone broth. Bone broth is essentially collagen-rich liquid gold made by slow simmering animal bones for many hours. It draws out type I endocollagen, gelatin, proline, glycine, and key minerals like magnesium and calcium. This makes bone broth a complete joint repair tonic that hydrates and nourishes from within. In a 2021 clinical trial published in Clinical Interventions in Aging, seniors who drank 1 cup of homemade bone broth daily for 12 weeks experienced a 44% reduction in joint swelling and a 38% improvement in pain and movement. Ultrasound imaging confirmed improved cartilage thickness in the knees. To make bone broth at home, use bones with lots of connective tissue, chicken backs, beef knuckles, turkey necks, and simmer with vinegar, garlic, and herbs for 12 to 24 hours. The vinegar draws out collagen and minerals into the broth. If you prefer store-bought versions, choose refrigerated or frozen options with no additives or preservatives. And finally, number 1, beef tendons. Beef tendons are often overlooked in Western cooking, but they are the most collagen-dense food on earth. Tendons are made almost entirely of type I collagen, and when cooked properly, they release powerful peptides and gelatin that directly target joint inflammation, rebuild connective tissues, and restore joint fluid density. In a 2022 study published in the Journal of Functional Foods, seniors over 60 who ate tendon stew 3 times a week for 30 days showed a 63% improvement in joint lubrication, a 41% drop in knee stiffness, and significantly better balance and walking performance. Imaging confirmed soft tissue regeneration around the knees and ankles. To prepare beef tendons, simmer them in broth with ginger, garlic, and rice vinegar for 8 to 12 hours until soft and gelatinous. Once cooked, they can be chopped and added to noodle bowls, soups, or eaten with rice. The texture may take getting used to, but the healing potential is unmatched. Each of these 8 foods offers a unique way to support your joints, restore comfort, and reduce swelling naturally. They provide collagen in its most bioavailable form, often paired with co-nutrients that enhance absorption and effectiveness. You don't need fancy supplements or expensive treatments, just a mindful approach to the foods you include in your meals each day. And by making collagen-rich foods a regular part of your diet, you may rediscover something that once seemed lost: the ability to walk, move, and live with strength and ease. Now that we've explored the top 8 collagen-rich foods that can rebuild your joints, reduce swelling, and restore flexibility to your legs, the next step is knowing how to use these foods effectively in your daily life. It's not enough to simply know what works. Results come from consistent, thoughtful application. The truth is, healing your joints and reducing leg pain doesn't require a complete dietary overhaul or complicated supplements. What it does require is intentional, steady inclusion of the right nutrients, and a little bit of patience as your body begins to rebuild what time and where have worn down. The first and most important principle is consistency. Collagen doesn't accumulate in the body overnight. It's a structural protein that needs to be built up over time. That's why most clinical studies on these foods observed significant changes, reduced swelling, improved joint mobility, and less stiffness after 6 to 12 weeks of regular intake. The key word here is regular. Eating a collagen-rich food once a week won't be enough to make a difference, but consuming small amounts daily or several times a week can have powerful, measurable effects. Let's talk about how to build a daily or weekly plan using these 8 foods. One simple strategy is to aim for 2 to 3 servings per day of any combination of the listed items. For example, you might start your morning with soft-boiled eggs, sprinkle pumpkin seeds on oatmeal or yogurt, and later in the day, enjoy a bowl of soup made with bone broth and shredded chicken skin. The next day, swap in sardines on toast or a salmon salad with mashed bones, and perhaps a small bowl of gelatin-enriched fruit jelly for dessert. These foods are easy to rotate and mix, allowing you to enjoy variety while still supporting your body's collagen needs. Another tip is to pair collagen-rich foods with cofactors that enhance their effectiveness. Collagen requires certain nutrients to be properly absorbed and used by the body, namely vitamin C, zinc, copper, and certain amino acids. Luckily, many of the foods listed, like egg yolks and pumpkin seeds, already contain some of these, but you can also boost your results by including foods like bell peppers, citrus fruits, leafy greens, and tomatoes throughout the day. A glass of lemon water alongside your bone broth or a spinach salad served with salmon can go a long way in maximizing your results. Seniors who are concerned about digestion should know that collagen-rich foods tend to be easy on the digestive system, especially when cooked gently. Bone broth, gelatin, and tendon stews are particularly well suited for those with weaker digestion, as they are soft, hydrating, and broken down enough to be absorbed quickly. If chewing is a challenge, mashing sardines, blending cooked tendons into soup, or using powdered gelatin can all make joint support easier without sacrificing effectiveness. Portion sizes matter, too. You don't need to eat large quantities to get the benefits. Most studies showed improvements with small, consistent servings such as 1 egg yolk per day, a quarter cup of pumpkin seeds, 1 serving of canned salmon, or 1 cup of bone broth. Even a tablespoon of gelatin or a few bites of cooked tendon added to a soup or stew can be enough to supply key peptides and nutrients. In many cases, less is more, especially when eaten regularly. Beyond diet, there are also a few lifestyle practices that can enhance the effectiveness of your collagen intake. First is hydration. Collagen needs water to form its structure and lubricate the joints. Seniors often underestimate their need for hydration, leading to dry tissues and more inflammation. Drinking enough water throughout the day helps collagen-rich foods do their job, especially if you're also consuming gelatin, broth, or high mineral foods like seeds. Next is gentle movement. While it may seem counterintuitive to move when your joints hurt, the truth is that light activity stimulates circulation, lymph flow, and joint lubrication, all of which support collagen delivery to your tissues. Simple daily walks, stretching, or water aerobics can help the body use collagen more efficiently, deliver nutrients to inflamed joints, and flush out waste products that contribute to swelling. Another crucial but often overlooked factor is sleep. Collagen regeneration happens primarily during deep sleep. If your sleep is poor or fragmented, your body has less opportunity to repair tissues and rebuild joint structures. Collagen-rich diets work even better when paired with a consistent sleep schedule and a calming nighttime routine. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality rest each night and avoid caffeine late in the day. For those who have a hard time sticking to new routines, start small, choose just 2 or 3 collagen-rich foods you enjoy most, and commit to including them in your meals for 2 weeks. Track how you feel any reduction in swelling. Less stiffness in the morning, more comfort when climbing stairs. Many people are surprised to notice subtle improvements even within the first 10 days, especially in knee and ankle comfort. As you continue, you can gradually add more foods from the list and explore new recipes. Try making a weekly tendon stew, preparing bone broth in large batches and freezing portions, or incorporating sardines into sandwich spreads with lemon and herbs. Once these habits become routine, your body begins to adapt and the results compound. One of the most powerful aspects of using food as medicine is that you are supporting the whole system, not just masking symptoms. Collagen doesn't only benefit the joints, it also supports skin elasticity, hair strength, gut lining integrity, and even the health of your eyes and blood vessels. That means the same foods that help your knees bend more easily may also make your skin more supple, your digestion smoother, and your energy more stable. It's a comprehensive, system-wide upgrade, and all of it begins with what you choose to eat. Of course, it's always wise to consult with a healthcare provider before making significant dietary changes, especially if you have allergies, kidney issues, or are on medications that restrict protein or mineral intake. But for the vast majority of seniors, these collagen-rich foods are not only safe, they are deeply restorative. In the end, your body is always trying to heal itself, but it needs the right tools to do so. The modern diet often strips away collagen-rich parts of food, throwing out bones, skin, connective tissue, and seeds in favor of lean, processed cuts, and low-fat options. By returning to nature's original design, eating the whole animal, the seed, the broth, the egg yolk, we reconnect with a way of eating that supports long-term health. You don't need miracle cures or synthetic powders to feel better. You just need the patience to feed your body what it's been asking for all along. These 8 foods offer that chance naturally, gently, and effectively. And perhaps most importantly, they give your legs and joints a second chance at strength.